It's another episode of A Little Drive. On today's show, we talk to Charlie, who's been my best friend since I was 6 years old. We're going to talk about his childhood. We're going to talk a little bit about his adulthood. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about guitars, all the while driving around the streets of Glendale, which is where we live. Glendale represent. Let's go for a little drive. All right, here we are, rolling around the streets of Glendale with a man who has been my best friend since we were 6.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's now 33 years later, and even though I've probably pissed him off more than a few times, we're still we're still going strong. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How was your day today?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Just same old SOS, baby.
That's good.
Same old shit.
How was that bag of Fritos that you didn't get to finish?
It was actually very salty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, whenever I have Fritos nowadays, I feel that they're pretty salty. They're good, but I definitely need to have a lot of water after I eat them. No offense, Fritos. So, Charlie.
Yes.
I'm bringing you on the show so we can hear about you.
You want your window up?
Oh yeah.
Down?
Oh yeah.
Left, right?
That's
boom.
much better, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I've never done this before.
It's like you're talking. It's like vroom.
Well, people can hear the zooming. Hey, whenever we shoot these in the summer, they're gonna have to get used to it, because if I have the air conditioner on, then you're gonna hear the air conditioning noise. And I like driving around with the windows down. So, Producer Mark,
with your 5.0,
get ready to have to deal with background zooming cars once we hit those summer months.
That's okay. Just leave it.
Yeah, I agree. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about what your childhood was like. You grew up in Glendale just like I did.
Mm-hmm.
You are the child of immigrants, just like I am.
Yeah.
And, you know, we did a lot of the same things growing up. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that?
Well, when I first came here, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. But, wait, what?
Well, okay, so let's talk about your childhood. What was, I know what Charlie as a child was, but not people who
so ask me the question.
You. All right, so
like the direct question.
What were you like as a child?
I was a good boy.
Okay, that's very true, because I definitely got in trouble doing things that you were also doing, but for some reason you never got in trouble. I was the one that got in trouble.
I was a very quiet boy, very stealthy, because, you know, you and I were talking in school with each other, but I never got caught, baby.
No, that seems to have carried on into
You got the check mark next to your name for talking.
Yeah.
And I was like, dum, 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 dum. Wasn't me. Actually, when the first time I got a check mark, I actually cried.
Wow.
It was kindergarten.
Wow.
Like, damn, she gave me a check mark? Kindergarten? What the?
I think the first time I got a check mark, I was shocked, but then maybe I got one right after that. You know, I just lived that check mark life. So people who don't know what we're referring to, when we were in elementary school, if you were talking when the teacher didn't ask you to, you would get your name on the board. And that was already like
a warning.
That was a warning to say, hey, stop talking. If you got a check mark next to your name, that meant that you had to stay after school, maybe an extra 15 minutes or something.
Ooh.
I don't remember the specific time.
What's your max amount of checks?
Oh gosh, 4?
Oh, you.
I really can't remember.
Boy.
I really can't remember how many check marks I got. I think if you got 6, you were sent to the principal's office. I don't remember. I never got sent to the principal's office. I had my pink slips, which were our elementary school's version of demerits back in the day.
Pink slips.
I definitely had pink slips all the time, and I stayed after school most of the time, on the days where I didn't stay after school, those were like vacation days, man. Like, yay, I get to go home early or on time, actually, and get to watch some cartoons, eat some food, etc. So you were pretty quiet when you were quiet around other people, not around me, but you were quiet around other people. What was your family life like being the son of immigrants?
Well, let's start out when my mom first came to this country.
Okay.
She might have been around 23 years old or something. And, she hears a knock on the door, ding dong and stuff, whatever, doorbell. And all of a sudden, there's people dressed up. She didn't know what was going on. She just came here from Thailand.
Were they Jehovah's Witnesses?
No. They were ghosts.
They were ghosts?
It was Halloween. It was her first exposure to, Halloween, basically.
Okay.
And she was quite surprised. She didn't know what was going on. They're like, trick or treat, and we're like, huh?
And she had no candy to give.
Yeah, but she did give some sort of fruit or something.
All right.
I don't know. She didn't know.
Yeah.
But next year she was prepared, and this story is what she told me when I asked her about. When Halloween was coming up one time, and she kind of gave her backstory. I thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah, that is a neat story.
And she didn't want us to feel left out, basically, of different American holidays.
That's good.
American holidays.
Make holidays great again.
Yeah, because you know how there's some parents who just, we don't believe in that. We're not going to do it.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Yeah, she wasn't like that. We do a lot of things that it's not in our religion, but we still enjoy the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about enjoying the day. We're not Christian, but we celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's all about the Christmas present, baby.
Yeah,
baby.
I love Christmas presents.
No, well, for me, yeah. But for her, she just didn't want us to feel left out with all these different new holidays. And she kind of she wasn't too strict on bringing the full Thai package. She still spoke to us in Thai, so we understand that. We just can't read it. And we were too lazy to learn.
Okay.
Because I had Nintendo.
Did any Thai traditions make it into the normal celebrations?
Thai traditions. No, there's Children's Day. I found out when I went to Thailand, but we don't do that.
Okay.
There's one Thai tradition that we don't do. It's birthdays. No, we do birthdays. We don't do it
the
Thai
same way.
It seems like you celebrate your mother, on your birthday for giving birth to you.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. So does she get the presents too?
I think so. I don't know.
So what?
I don't fully understand the whole concept. I just heard things.
That's pretty interesting. So
yeah.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look that up. I want to look more into that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you receiving a Nintendo for your birthday, because I feel that it was it's a seminal part of both of our lives, because
My name is Charlie Visessmith. I am addicted to Nintendo.
You actually introduced me to Nintendo.
Yeah.
You invited me over to your house for your birthday, and I got there, and you had this glorious toy, this electronic toy.
Yeah.
And it changed a lot of things.
It changed our lives forever.
Yeah.
Just for me, it was the sights and the sound. The like I said, the 8-bit chiptune sounds, and it was foreign.
Mm-hmm.
in anything American because
Yeah.
I had no exposure to Atari or the arcades yet.
Okay.
I was like, 6 years old or
What about a place like Shakey's or
I didn't go to Shakey's.
Pizza? You didn't go to Shakey's?
I didn't go to Pizza until you had your birthday party there.
Wow. All right, so we both introduced each other to like specific things that may not have changed the landscape, but definitely altered the landscapes of our lives. 'Cause Shakey's rules.
You presented the love of Mojo potatoes to me. You presented Chuck E. Cheese to me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You presented what's that adult arcade?
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Wow.
You presented it to me.
Wow.
I depend on you for that.
I'm the one I'm the explorer.
Yeah.
The explorer. I say I'm gonna go to this place. I'm gonna take Charlie with me.
My mom would take me to like a Thai restaurant. I'd be like, "Can I bring a Happy Meal instead?" And she'd let me.
Oh, nice. That's cool though. Happy Meals were essential back in the day.
Yeah.
Back when we were children, you got had a Happy Meal. Had to have that Muppet Babies toy.
Oh yeah.
Those Muppet Babies toys were pretty great. A Little Drive is not brought to you by Nintendo, makers of the stupendous Nintendo Switch. If you've been curious about whether you should buy this new video game gadget, even though you don't like video games, give it a shot. It's actually really cool. It is a near perfect console that you can actually take with you anywhere you go. Just make sure you have a carrying case. You don't want to drop that thing. So you had your Nintendo, and then you had your Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then we go to junior high, and you pick up the guitar.
Yeah.
What made you want to learn the guitar in the first place?
For the guitar, well, it all started 7th grade summer school. I saw it was one of the electives that I could pick for one of the requirements. I think I forgot what it was. Instead of taking like art or something, so I took that music class. I'm like, okay, and classical guitar was the class, and I really enjoyed it. I stayed for 3 years with them.
Wow.
In advanced guitar, and I was so good at it. I don't want to brag, but I gotta say this because I'm pretty proud.
You're usually a pretty humble guy, so go ahead, brag.
I was the best in the class.
Yeah?
I was the top of the class.
Oh, nice.
Like, he would have the grades on the wall, and I'm always on the top.
Nice.
I'm number one, baby.
Number one, baby.
Raul was number 2.
Oh, Raul. You hear that? If you listen to this, Raul, you're always going to be number 2 to Charlie.
But the last year he gave it to Raul and I.
Oh, well,
So
you split?
I don't know if because it was always me before that. I don't know if he just wanted to give it to somebody else too.
Sounds like the teacher gave Raul a pity, like number 1.
No.
He was like, all right,
Raul's
listen.
really good.
Yeah, but he's not you.
Raul's a good soloist at that time. I guess I executed well under the pressure of the test.
That's pretty interesting. Raul was recently at a social gathering that my girlfriend was at. And my girlfriend invited one of her friends who actually looks like Tony Cisneros. So Raul thought it was Tony.
Yeah.
And he went up to him and he was like, hey, what's up? And my girlfriend's friend was like, I have no idea who you are. And then they started talking, and Raul told her to ask me about Tony. So then I sent her a picture of Tony and I. Anyway, I'm digressing. So back to guitar. So your top 3 years in this class in junior high, and then eventually that transitions to...
Well, let me just say one thing real fast about that.
Go ahead.
Executing some of these notes, like it felt like video games.
So that is what for you, like really, because you were already playing video games.
I was
for
playing
a
video
few
games,
years.
and a lot of the video game is scripted.
Okay.
I gotta jump at the
Yeah.
right time, this or that, and you gotta like just execute with everything with your fingers, and it just seemed natural with the guitar too.
So guitar
Executing.
for you was like
Timing.
was your teenage version of video games?
In a sense, yeah, because at that point I didn't play games as much.
Okay. What made you want to take that guitar, that acoustic classical guitar style that you were learning? How did that transition into you listening to heavy metal, hard rock, and eventually joining some bands?
Again, Jose, you had a big influence in my life. Seems because you brought Metallica to my life.
Yeah.
You brought. Now we were later in the game with Black Album,
Yeah.
but it was my introduction to some heavy metal.
Okay.
And then I worked backwards with Raul and Andronic, and we started playing like classic, Metallica from Kill 'Em All or
Master
of Puppets and
Ride the Lightning.
stuff like that. And we started enjoying that aspect.
How did that turn into you wanting to join bands of your own?
Well, I just started creating like my own songs, and I just found people who were like, "Oh, you want to make a band?" And we're like, "Okay, let's do it." And it kind of just flowed naturally to it.
How
If it
long?
wasn't for them, because I didn't execute it,
Mhm.
if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have.
How long would you say that you were in the bands? Because you were in what, 3 or 4 bands?
Yeah.
Not at the same time, at different
No,
times.
Yeah, 3.
How long was that period?
It was from high school till late 20s. Maybe?
Late 20s. Okay.
Something I forgot. I never checked.
Okay. Is that something that as an adult now you wish you would have stuck with, or are you now kind of like, that was a period of my life, but now I'm kind of doing something else?
It's either or for me. I like music, but it's everything is just like open and not open at the same time. It's just there.
So if somebody came up to you tomorrow and said, "Hey, I need a lead or a rhythm guitarist in my band,"
Yeah,
are you interested?
I would do it.
Okay.
I would do it probably.
What if he said, "We are a backup band for Britney Spears"?
I would do it.
Okay.
It's more about at this point. It's more about getting the money
Yeah.
to buy video games. Damn, baby.
Nice.
First you get the money, then you get the power,
Yeah.
then you get the video games. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that line being a little different.
Yeah, maybe a little.
In The Simpsons, it was first you get the sugar, then you get the money, then you get the women. I believe that's how Homer Simpson says it, but don't quote me on that specifically.
Basically, anything to meet up to what I want to do. I don't know.
That's good.
A little selfish, but
Well, at the end of the day,
as long as I can eat.
well, yeah, that's important. But also, you're the only person that's truly in charge of your own happiness.
He said penis.
Yes, I did. And once you achieve that, then you can make other people around you happy. Family members, friends, spouses, etc. Charlie should be happy first, and then everything else will fall in line. You
So
know?
yeah, I
Whether,
will be the backup bassist for Britney Spears.
For Britney Spears. That means you got to
without
move.
any problem. I don't care.
You got to move to Vegas though, because that's where she's got her show. What if you have to be backup singer and you have to be like, hit me, baby, one more time.
As long as I could execute it, I don't care.
I would totally look. I'm not into Britney Spears music, but I would totally go to support you. I would go to Vegas and I'll say, you know what? Charlie's performing tonight. I'm going to pay this money and I'm going to go see him sing back up to Britney Spears while he plays the bass guitar. It sounds great. And you'll be wearing like your Game of Thrones t-shirt or something. So let's talk about music. Now you, when you learn guitar, I feel like you became more appreciative of music, because as kids we mostly listen to what our parents and what our older siblings listen to, right? As kids, I think that's a general
I
thing.
think so, yeah, because my sister had started with Kiss FM.
Okay.
So I started with Kiss FM until I got smarter and went to like K-Rock and the other, and went to rock and went to alternative and heavy metal.
Now, do you feel, because I feel like with film school, when I went to film school, it changed my perspective, and like my teacher said in Cinema 1 that she said, as film students, your movie-going experience is forever ruined because you just won't be able to appreciate movies. You just can't go watch a movie anymore once you learn the artistic side of things. Do you feel that you, being a musician and being in bands and learning guitar and also piano, right? You know a little piano, correct? Yeah. Do you feel that that has somewhat, maybe not to the extreme as it did for me, but that has somewhat kind of not allowed you to just kind of sit back and just enjoy a song, even if it's not a genre that you particularly seek out?
No.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay, like let's use Britney Spears for example.
Okay.
So it's bubblegum pop. That's kind of like what it's bracketed as.
Yeah.
Now, would you be able to pop in a Britney Spears CD and listen to it all the way through without having some sort of a criticism on how that music is constructed?
No.
Okay.
Not on the construction part.
Okay. Because that's part of building a song, right? Is how it's constructed.
Because unless there was something really weird, and the odds are in pop there won't be. No, I'm not. I don't care about their format.
Okay.
Now, if you told me to put on something like jazz, I'll probably sing. I'll probably say something. I don't hate jazz. I like some jazz, but there are some sorts of jazz that are like random and annoying. Like it leads to nowhere. Like somebody high just made this. Something like that. And so sometimes it gets annoying.
Yeah. So you like structure in your music, no matter what the genre, as long as it's structure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Which is weird because you get that initial feeling whenever you hear that Stone Temple Pilots solo, but I don't. I know the structure on that one solo, that tripping on a
daisy in a hole in a paper heart,
yeah,
something
like that on Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, I hate that song.
You think it's random. I don't think it's random. So it all depends on the beholder.
Well, there's more than just that guitar solo that I don't like. It's actually I don't like how that song progresses, and I don't like his vocals in that song. There are other Stone Temple Pilots songs that I think are absolutely fantastic.
Now that's one thing that you and Danny, which is a future guy.
Yes, future guest of A Little Drive is Danny.
Now, you and Danny both listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, it's important.
I don't pay attention to the lyrics. unless it's obvious. I start listening to the lyrics as tones,
What
as notes, because I kind of got used to that because I'm listening to Thai music, music from Mexico, music from
Japan.
you know, just from all the different countries. Since I don't know what the hell they're saying, I have to accept it as musical notes, whatever they're saying.
Does that same rule apply to rap music? Because rap is so much about lyrics and telling a story.
Yeah, no, it's not the same for rap.
Okay, all right.
The one thing I like about rap is the chorus because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I hate about rap is they don't change things up on the different verses, so it sounds like it's repeating for the 20th time on the verses.
Even though the words are different?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because they're following the 4 bars of the beat. It's the doom.
Yeah, but most songs have a verse, chorus, you know, break or bridge or solo, verse, chorus.
A breakdown.
A lot of raps has verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse,
But they
chorus.
have a breakdown too.
Yeah, no, but did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I had like 5 verse choruses. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like, it just felt like way more than, I'm like, damn, this shit's going still? It was just, it's like they won't end or something when I expected it to end.
What about Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day? Like, he tells a whole story of one day in his life, and it has a start, you know, when he wakes up, just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. And then he eats breakfast. And then at the very end,
I never had a problem with that song, but I can't remember how many verse choruses, if it did.
It's four verses, and that song really doesn't have a chorus. It's just a small, I gotta say it was a good day, or today was a good day. He says that maybe 3 or 4 times in the song, and that's it.
It's just such a good story that it never bothered me.
Okay.
That one never bothered me.
You know, for me, what caused me to listen to lyrics was Metallica.
Oh.
The first video of theirs I ever saw was the Unforgiven, which was off of the Black album. And that song, the lyrics were for me, they were so deep. And I was, so deep, put her butt to sleep.
Oh,
when I saw that, I was blown away because I didn't think that music songs could do that. And to me,
okay, you confused me for a second because you sang that, I thought it was like a Metallica lyric.
No, I was being funny.
I know it wasn't a Metallica lyric. I just, for some reason, my mind wanted it to become one, so I made it one.
Can you imagine a Metallica? Because Metallica, they're famous for covers, doing covers. Can you imagine if they covered rap music?
And then James Hetfield is like, "Big booty hose," and we're like, "What?"
Yeah, big booty hose. So back to what I was trying to say was that me starting to listen to Metallica was like me going to film school, and that what Metallica presented to me were deep lyrics, were song structures that I had never heard before, guitars making noise that up until that point, my only exposure was really like anything that was popular.
New Kids on the Block?
Well, no, I mean anything that was guitar-centric that was really popular. And, you know, you had like the glam metal scene. You had a little bit of exposure to Guns N' Roses. Of course, the stuff that my parents were listening to, stuff like Elvis, Rolling Stones, etc. And none of those groups were really doing the things with the guitar that Metallica was doing. Especially in that song in particular.
I actually had exposure to the guitar stuff before Metallica. Not the same style of music, it was Nelson.
Okay.
But that was my first album I ever bought.
Do you think they still make music?
No, wait, sorry, Roxette was my first album.
Oh, okay, all right. The first album I ever bought was Run DMC's Tougher Than Leather on cassette. I still have it. I still have it.
Oh, I still have mine.
You still have your Roxette?
Yep.
Your Roxette cassette? See?
It must have been Love.
I made that rhyme. Oh. Wait, that's not Roxette. Is that Roxette?
Yeah, that's it. That's Roxette.
But it's over now. That's Roxette?
Uh-huh.
I thought that was Wilson Phillips or something.
Dangerous.
Dangerous is fantastic. That is one of the greatest pop rock songs ever made.
Listen to Your Heart.
Okay. Wow, that's Roxette too?
That's Roxette.
What about, well, there's The Look. That was probably their most famous song, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
That reminds me of when I first started getting into classic rock. I was talking to this coworker. He was much older than I am. He was 40, and I was 17, 18.
You probably actually ruined classic rock for me.
Okay, 1 second. We'll get into that. But
well, actually, not necessarily you, but
well, hold on. Let me tell my story, and then we'll get to it.
Okay, all right.
We were talking about classic rock, and he was 40, so he like to him that was regular rock.
Wait,
right?
who is this?
This is an old coworker.
Okay.
I was 18, he was 40.
Uh-huh.
I said, "Oh, you know what song I like? I like that song that goes, do do do, looking out my back." Or he says, "Oh, that's CCR, Creedence Clearwater." I said, "Oh, okay, that's cool." I said, "Oh, you know what other classic rock song I like? It goes, it ain't me. It ain't me." He says, "Oh yeah, Fortunate Son. That's also CCR." I said, "Oh, that's cool. What about There's a Bad Mood On?" I mentioned 4 songs, right, that I didn't know were all by Creedence Clearwater Revival. I just mentioned 4, but those were like my 4 favorite classic rock songs, and they were all by the same band. So that's what this Roxette conversation is reminding me of. Like, you're telling me, oh yeah, they had this hit and they had that hit, and I'm like, wow, those are all Roxette. I didn't know that, so that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's get to the elephant in the room. How did I ruin classic rock for you? I want to hear this.
Well, it's indirect, but ever since, you gave me Metallica.
Yeah.
Then I started to work backwards.
Okay.
But after one point of time of listening to all this hard, heavy, good stuff, I was going to say a bad word.
You're going to say shit.
Oh, okay, that too.
Some good shit.
After all this good shit, I couldn't get into like going even farther back. It was
before heavier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like there are a couple that I could accept, like like Jimi Hendrix.
Okay. Yeah, of course. One of the greatest.
I'm not into. While I don't hate everything.
You mean bands like The Who and that?
Well,
right?
I like some songs.
Okay.
Isn't there that the Reaper?
That's Blue Oyster Cult. Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh. Like
what about
Creedence? That, no one knows what it's like.
Oh, that's
that's The Who, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know who sings that song.
It's The Who.
Oh. Who?
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. And then, other than the ones I do like Queen or...
Okay. CCR? Creedence?
I do like a handful of songs.
Okay.
I can't say how fully I like them because I don't listen enough, but I do like their songs.
Okay. So Hendrix, Creedence, a little bit. And you like some
I like
random
that one
songs.
Yes song.
Oh, Roundabout?
Yeah, that's it. How'd you know without me saying it?
Because that's, you know how I remember that? Because it was on your JoJo's Mojo's Magical Adventures time.
Yeah. Okay. So I like that too.
Okay.
And the Carpenters.
So 5 years ago...
My mom gave me Carpenters.
So...
You gave me Metallica.
I have a problem with being a media snob, right? People think I have a very strict view of movies, and I do. And people think I have a very strict view of music, and I do. I'm not going to deny that. I like what I like, and I've shut off a lot of things unfairly a lot of times, where I would think that, no, I'm not going to like that. It sucks. I'm not going to listen to it. I don't like it because it sucks, right? And that's
like for me, I try not to say that something sucks. I just say I'm not into it.
the Carpenters are a group that I've only started coming into the last 4 years, 5 years. And God, I love it. It's so good.
Like, let me tell you something weird about Carpenters.
Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
Remember I told you I don't listen to lyrics?
Yeah.
I listen to the Carpenter lyrics.
Because they're so good.
And then when I was in my Nirvana years, it felt like Carpenters was like the Nirvana in the previous generation.
Oh, wow.
They had like some sad lyrics.
Yeah.
So yeah. It was weird.
Karen Carpenter was in a sad place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's what makes, in my opinion, their best song, On Top of the World. Like that song is so happy and hopeful and nice. It's just a really nice song. It's like somebody is saying they're happy because somebody else is making them happy.
Yeah.
You know, and they're acknowledging that within the song, and I just love hearing it. The other day,
Very creative.
I was listening to it at home, and I was singing at the top of my head. Like, it was just coming out, and it was just so boisterous, and I was happy to sing. That is a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Look at these Christmas lights right here. Your street has some pretty nice Christmas lights going on.
There's a crazy one here too.
Did you notice, by the way, that we covered like so much of Glendale? We were over on the other side, and like kind of like the Ritchie side, and now we're
jiggling my Christmas balls.
Now we're all the way over here in our neck of the woods because we actually live really close to each other.
Oh yeah.
A Little Drive is not sponsored by Arby's. Arby's makes these really delicious sandwiches, especially the beef and cheddar. If you've never had an Arby's beef and cheddar, it's roast beef, it's melted cheddar cheese, it's Arby's sauce. I like to add a little bit of horseradish, which is actually called horsey sauce at Arby's, and then some extra Arby's sauce after that. And it's a big sandwich, and I have big hands, so it fills my hands up, and I bite into it, and it's warm, and it's delicious, and the sauce just drips from it. And I'll also get the jalapeno poppers that they have there. They have some sweet sauce that also goes with it. That's my combo right there, the Arby's beef and cheddar and the jalapeno poppers. It's delicious. Unfortunately, there's no Arby's close to me. I have to go to Hollywood or Alhambra to get an Arby's, but hopefully they'll build one eventually here in Glendale, or maybe in Eagle Rock or Pasadena or Burbank. Shout out to Arby's for making really delicious food. So, well, this was fun, Charlie. Thank you very much for joining us today.
So what did we learn about me? What was going on today?
We learned that you were
I'm a Nintendo freak who loves the guitar.
Yeah.
And I listen to the Carpenters.
And that you got to take Happy Meals
and Metallica
to Thai restaurants, which is pretty cool.
That too.
That's pretty good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this for today. Charlie, thank you so much for coming along on a little drive with us.
Thanks for helping me. Helping me. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
I hope you enjoy. I'm not sure. I didn't know originally what we were going to do.
Well, that's good. The spontaneity of it is good. Like, the mystery. Like, what are we going to do? Where's Jose going to take me? Is he going to take me to McDonald's and get some Happy Meals?
He's going to take me to Charlie's house.
Yes, we're going back to Charlie's house to go play some Turtles in Time and watch some Voltron. All right. A Little Drive is hosted by me, Jose Suasua, and is produced by Mark Mariah, who also provides our music. Find him on Twitter at MarkLarArt. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at Jose Swaswa, and also check out my website, quicklunchbreakreviews.com. Thank you for coming on a little drive with us today. We'll pick you up for the next one.